Hi guys, my name is Ara, and today I'm going to show you why you should consider buying a 2016 Honda Accord in 2019. First and foremost, I'd like to give a great big thank you to Herb Chambers Honda of Seekonk, Massachusetts for letting us borrow the Honda Accord today. So, most people would be surprised to find out that at Herb Chambers Honda Seekonk, we actually sell more used cars than new cars. And by a lot, by a big margin. So, I specifically chose the 2016 Honda Accord Sport because this is a very, very popular choice by people. In general, we sell a lot of Accords, but they specifically choose the Sport trim level, which is one step above the base trim level, the LX. It has a lot of design differences. It has a very, very aggressive look to the car. So I'll just go over a couple of the features really quick. So really quickly, I'd like to point out a couple of the features why people choose the Accord Sport specifically over the other Accord trim levels. So you'll notice that the chrome goes the full width of the car. The theme of this car would be aggressive. If I had to choose one adjective, they like the design, they like the appearance, it has an aggressive look to it. We get the projector headlights, we get the LED strip right over here, and one thing that the LX, the base trim level, doesn't have is the LED fog lights. And I do actually have people asking about that. It's important to some people, and it makes the road brighter when the visibility is low. It's hard to see. It makes a big difference. So going over here, I'd like to point out the rims. A lot of people actually prefer these rims. It kind of has a 5-star look to it, but it has parallel lines. It's a very distinctive feature. I have people asking me about these rims, and they do choose them. If you're coming from a parking lot a half a mile, a quarter mile away, you can actually see your car from far away. It has a distinctive look, and it's something people ask about and prefer. So you'll notice that the chrome goes all the way around the windows, the door handles, chrome. Has a black look to it, which you have to spend a little time keeping clean. Not everyone wants to choose black, but when the car is clean, it is an absolute beautiful looking car. I know we're parked under a tree right now. We got a couple of flowers on the car, but just take my word for it. It's very, very beautiful when it's washed. So the aggressive look of the car carries on to the back of the car. Going from top to bottom, you have the deck lid spoiler. You have chrome going across the whole width of the car. You have the tail lights with the bars in it. Gives it an aggressive look over here too. You have more chrome going across the back, and you have dual exhaust pipes, which ties it all together to the Sport badging. I don't know how to phrase that. So, come with me and I'll give you my opinion of the car. Even though it's a 2016 and it is a used car, it actually feels like a new car. Once you give this thing a car wash, no one's actually gonna know it's used. It's gonna look brand new. They've done a few design changes over the 2013s, 2014s, a little of appearance updates, but this is a car that looks aggressive, it looks fast. I was actually parked on the side of the road the other day and I got a speeding ticket just because it looks fast. No, that's a terrible joke. All right, forget I said that. But anyway, this is a car that you're going to enjoy driving, not only because it's very functional and it's a very solid car that's going to last you a long time, but it's a fun car to drive. Now let's walk inside and play with some of the buttons. So the aggressive look from the outside of the car carries right on into the inside. We have black on black on black. I'm wearing black. The steering wheel, leather wrapped, black. The accents in the car, they're actually red. It provides a very aggressive look to it. And everything is very, very comfortably placed. Everything is where you would think it should be. So the inside of the car is very spacious. One thing that the Accord is known for is being a very comfortable ride for you and your family. We just Googled it. It's about 103 cubic feet of cabin space. So going back to the original point, should you be considering purchasing a 2016 Honda Accord in 2019? This car has some of the latest technology in it. A lot of customers ask me, does the car have a backup camera? Yes, and it has multiple views that you can use. Does this car have steering wheel mounted controls? Can you stream your music? Can you use Pandora? Does it have an aux port? Does it have a USB port? This car has dual climate controls, or it has, you can sync them together and have the same climate. I don't know why you would need two different climates side by side, but it has it. If you want to use it, you can. If you want to use the Bluetooth, if you want to hook up your phone, you can. It's very, very easy to use. The display screen is 7 inches. Everything is logically placed, I would say, in all Hondas in general. Usually the buttons are logically placed. You don't really have to take your hands off the wheels. You have cruise control right here. You have volume controls. You have can switch from FM to AM really quickly. You can answer a phone call. You can use any of the Bluetooth features without even taking your hands off the wheel. So one thing that I wanted to point out was the back seat of the Honda Accord. And people compare the Accord to other types of Honda cars. People compare the Accord to sometimes the Toyota Camry, sometimes other types of cars. And the back seat is a big selling feature. So I'm almost 6 feet tall with shoes on. I'm 5'11" barefoot. And as you can see, I have plenty of knee space. I have 4 or 5 inches of space in front of my knees. And I did not move the seat since when I was sitting in the front seat. So there is plenty of space. I forget if I said it earlier, but there's about 103 cubic feet of cabin space in the Honda Accord. People actually ask me about this when they're considering cars, because this is a car that you're going to buy because you want to fit adults in the back seat. You might have a big family, you might have a lot of people in your family, and it's a very comfortable ride if you're going to be taking long trips. So instead of telling you how many cubic feet of space that the trunk has, I figured I'd just show you. So you could fit one person in here, you could probably fit 2 or 3 more people in here. I'm fine. I'm using my buddy's bag to just take a nap, and I figured I'd show you how much space it has. So my boss told me I need to be more serious. This has 15.8 cubic feet of space. Has a 60-40 split in the back seat, so you could actually fold them down and climb right through, but I'll do that in a future video. So this particular Accord Sport is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. It has a CVT transmission, which stands for continuously variable transmission. And as you're speeding up from 0 miles an hour to 65 miles an hour, it's going to give a very, very smooth feel. So it's 189 horsepower, which will get you about 26 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway, depending on how you drive. Some people do more city driving, some people do more highway driving. In reality, it's more of a blended average to about 30 miles per gallon. This is going to be a very smooth feeling car, but it still feels very powerful. So now that you've seen the outside of the car, you've seen the interior of the car, you've even seen the engine, come with me, we'll take a ride. I know it's hard to tell what a car actually feels like without riding it yourself, but I'll try my best. This is a super, super smooth car. It actually feels like a luxury car. I know it's a 2016, I know it's a used car, but as far as the ride quality, it feels very, very comparable to the 2019s. I mean, you step on the gas and it's super smooth, it accelerates very, very nicely. Like I said before, it's 189 horsepower, which is plenty for the size of the car. You can accelerate very quickly, and once you get up to speed, it just kind of glides. This car is super, super smooth. So I do want to add in some of my personal feelings towards the car, and a lot of people actually choose the sport trim level, and they actually choose a 2016 a lot of times because they like the feel of the car. I mean, you get a lot of the upgrades, you get a lot of the features. We got the leather trimmed steering wheel, we got the leather seats. Well, it's actually not leather seats, it's like you know, leather trim to the seats. There's a lot of leather in the car for a car that is not, you don't have to pay for the leather. And I personally really like the look of the rims. I mean, it's 19-inch rims. You can see them from very, very far away. You can tell that this car looks good from a distance. This is a car that you're going to want to show people. It's fun to ride, and it actually looks good. So to wrap things up, the main reason why people choose a used car over a new car is because of the price. A brand new car costs a lot more money. Sometimes your payments are going to be in the 400s, the 500s if you're going to finance a brand new car. Depends on a lot of things, but basically, this car has been discounted. It's on sale for $16,888, and it's a very affordable price for a lot of people. A lot of people can afford a used car. And this is a car, like I said, it's still gonna last you a couple 100,000 miles. You could keep this car for 10, 15 years. Sometimes I get trade-ins from people that are like 20 years old. So buying a used car, this is still much, much closer to a new car. It's much, much closer to the brand new point of its lifetime than you would think. This is nowhere near the halfway point of its life. This is a car that someone's gonna buy, they're gonna take care of, and they're gonna keep it for 10 or 15 years. So I want to let you guys know that Honda Laura is still with us. This is kind of a new branch that we're doing, featuring some of the used cars. Like I said, Herb Chambers Honda Seekonk is a dealership with a very, very good reputation. We sell a lot of used cars every week, and we're going to be doing segments on not only Hondas, but some other brands of cars. So if you do want to see those future videos, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Again, my name is Ara, and I'll see you next time.